moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon. You know what I mean?
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat bastard. And I'm gonna have my girl tell on my mans in them.
We'll just let it be told when the story gets told. And I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing.
50 Cent just got caught making another move against Big Meech. And this time, Rick Ross is exposing the real reason behind it. This isn't just rap beef. It's a calculated effort to take Meech down for good. The deception, the manipulation, and the hidden agenda 50 has been pushing will leave you shocked. Believe it or not, 50 Cent and Big Meech were once on good terms. Before all the drama, they had mutual respect. And when Meech was released from prison, 50 was right there, showing support and keeping their bond strong. It made sense. 50's BMF TV series was built on Meech's legacy, giving his story a wider platform. The show, which debuted in 2021, reignited interest in the Black Mafia family's history and further cemented Meech's influence in hip-hop culture. Meech was sentenced to 30 years in 2008 for multiple charges, including criminal conspiracy and money laundering. Fast forward to October 15, 2024. After serving most of his sentence, he was granted early release and transferred to a halfway house, where he'll remain until his official release on January 27, 2026. Until then, he's under supervised release, but that's not stopping him from making his presence known. Getting out was a huge moment, and at first, 50 Cent was there for him, until he wasn't. The turning point: Big Meech teaming up with Rick Ross. That changed everything. Now that Meech is officially back in the mix, he's making his return in a major way, by hosting a star-studded welcome home concert that's set to shake up Miami.
The biggest boss, Ricky Rose. The time has come. Meech home. February 13th. Get your tickets right now. It's going down. We know Florida gonna be there. Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building.
Let's be real. After nearly 2 decades behind bars, it's only right that the Black Mafia family boss steps back into the spotlight with a proper homecoming. And what better way to do it than with Rick Ross finally performing BMF in front of the man who inspired the song. But Rosie isn't the only one hitting the stage. This lineup is stacked. We're talking Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Doug, ESTG, Moneybagg Yo, Bossman D-Lo and more. It's shaping up to be a historic night. However, there was one name noticeably missing, and 50 Cent did not take that lightly. If you know 50, you know he demands absolute loyalty. He's spent decades beefing with Rick Ross, and now Meech is standing right next to his biggest enemy. Yeah, 50 wasn't having it. So let's rewind and break down this legendary 50 Cent versus Rick Ross beef.
Ross and 50, they've had a long-standing beef for years. And I think this Rick Ross beef is the one beef that 50 will never let go of.
Back in the late 2000s, 50 Cent and Rick Ross feud started over something so petty, it's almost laughable. 50 allegedly gave Ross a funny look at an award show. That's all it took for things to spiral into an all-out war. From there, 50 went after Ross' credibility, exposing his past as a correctional officer and branding him a fraud. But he didn't stop there. He took things to a whole new level by leaking an explicit tape of Ross' baby mama just to humiliate him. The beef was ruthless, relentless, and to this day, neither one has backed down. So when Big Meech announced his show with Rick Ross, 50 saw it as the ultimate betrayal. This wasn't just business, it was about loyalty. And instead of letting it slide, 50 did what he does best. He went to war.
You want about 50 Cent, but I swear this man's pettiness is uncanny. Like this, I feel it's everybody's alter ego.
The moment the Welcome Home concert was announced, 50 Cent wasted zero time clapping back. He hopped on Instagram with a post featuring a giant rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech." That wasn't even the worst part. In the caption, 50 made it clear that Meech made the biggest mistake by distancing himself from one key person, Tammy Cowens. If you're asking who, trust you're not alone. Tammy was Meech's assistant and business partner back in the day, but plot twist, she allegedly flipped and became an FBI informant. According to former BMF member Blue Da Vinci, and Sitch even put Tammy in charge of BMF Entertainment while he was locked up in 08, but by 2009 she allegedly started working with the feds. Blue suggested that if Tammy flipped, then Meech might have done the same to get his sentence reduced. And if there's one thing 50 loves, it's a good old snitch accusation. But here's where it gets interesting. Tammy Cowens had been working with 50 Cent for years. She even hit him up now with a message for.
I agree. It's unfortunate, right? Yeah. It really is, but I agree. just let it be told when the story gets told. And I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right?
That's it. That's all it is.
If working with Tammy made Meech a snitch, then what does that make 50? That's the question everyone started asking as they called out 50's hypocrisy. People were quick to remind him that he had no problem being cool with Tammy when it suited him. So why was he suddenly outraged about her ties to Meech now? Meech wasn't about to let 50 drag his name without clapping back. The very next day, he took to Instagram and posted a photo of him and 50, but with a big rat sticker covering 50's face and internet gangster stamped across his body. The message was loud and clear. Meech wasn't having it. And if that wasn't enough, Rick Ross, who never misses a chance to troll 50, jumped in too, laughing at how pressed 50 was over Meech taking a picture with him. The drama was far from over.
Took a picture with Rick Ross. You like put your back against the wall and just slide down.
But if you thought 50 was just going to take the L and move on, then you don't know this man at all. That same day, he doubled down, firing back with yet another Instagram post. This time clowning Meech's response. He gave Meech a new nickname, Big Screech, implying he's a rat, and claimed that the text messages flying around were wild. But 50 didn't stop there. He followed up with another post. This time, a viral video of a random man talking about snitching, but with Meech's face slapped on it. At this point, it was clear. 50 wasn't letting this one go.
I get paid to snitch now. Classified. I can't even really talk about this.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you because you're my boy. But don't. You see what I did to Roger. You seen what I did to Roger.
He had 40 years?
40 years. You didn't want to sign that plea? 40 years.
The caption suggested that Tammy Cowan was doing all of Big Meech's dirty work. She was new to it all, but Screech directed her and connected her with people to help Meech get his sentence reduced. Essentially, 50 Cent keeps pushing the narrative that Meech was making moves behind the scenes to shorten his prison time. But 50 didn't stop there. He also went after Meech's son, Lil Meech, accusing him of being ungrateful and turning his back on him. Even Lil Meech got caught in the crossfire. 50 turned on him too, threatening to kick him off the BMF show and publicly embarrass him. The worst part. Lil Meech had always been loyal to 50. Lil Meech clearly wanted no part in the feud and even tried to squash the beef at one point. He reached out to 50 via text trying to make amends, writing, "Now you mad at me? I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I've only ever shown you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own struggles, but I never switched up on you." He even admitted that Rick Ross helped his dad financially, giving him money to cover his bills until the next season of BMF. But 50 wasn't having it. Instead of reconciling, he took those private messages and leaked them all over Instagram, replying, "What next season, little ninja?" It was a clear message. Meech's role in BMF was over. If Meech thought he could smooth things over, 50 shut that down immediately. Then things got even messier. In his latest attack, 50 took things to a personal level by posting a video montage of Lil Meech and Rick Ross's daughter, Twa Roberts, from back when they were teens. The clips showed them together at her Sweet 16 in 2018 and even heading to prom. Was there any real reason for 50 to bring this up in 2025? Well, did he do it for maximum pettiness? Absolutely. But 50 wasn't just being messy for fun. He also used the opportunity to take a shot at Big Meech's parenting. He wrote, "Why didn't old boy look out for Mimi and send him to acting school? Big Screech, all your people that were out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you're the Black Pablo Escobar and messed him up." Then, 50 flexed about how much money he had supposedly made for the Flannery family through his BMF TV series on Stars, saying, "I helped your family make over $5 million in legit money. It's not my fault it's all gone. You think people don't see you want to shine so bad you're out here wearing the baby's jewelry? Give the baby back his jewelry." 50 Cent is not letting up on Big Meech, keeping the pressure on and doubling down on the snitching allegations, even after Meech publicly denied ever folding under pressure. Meech, however, wasn't about to let that narrative slide. In a video response, he made it clear.
I wasn't going to address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
But 50 wasn't buying it. Instead of letting it slide, he hopped on Instagram and ripped Meech apart.
Let nobody trick me off the street.
You trick Cuff off the street.
I never folded, never told,
You told Tammy to tell.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any pettier, 50 started clowning Meech's concert. According to Fifth, most of the artists on the lineup weren't even showing up.
Disappointed when Lil Baby don't show up? When Skilla don't show up? When Vizzo don't show up? When all these don't show up?
I wasn't going to address this. 'Cause I'm not.
You're reading drops, man. Look at you reading this. Even go. You want house.
And if anyone still had doubts, 50 made sure to drive the point home in his caption. If the artist on the bill doesn't show up, are you going to want a refund? Big Screech won't even be there. He can't go out after 6 p.m. But don't just take my word for it. Go ahead and see for yourself. Always one to have the last laugh. 50 followed up with a skit mocking me, making it seem like he was reading off cue cards during his video.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amaran Arena.
He even wrote, "This is crazy. My stomach hurts. I just need a little help to get out of the way." But what does all this mean for BMF the show? That's the real question. The 4th season is expected to premiere on Stars this spring, but with 50 Cent threatening to fire Lil Meech, who literally plays his own father in the series, things are looking uncertain. And let's be real, 50 is petty enough to follow through on that threat. But he's not the only one stirring the pot. Rick Ross couldn't resist jumping into the drama, and now he's talking about making his own version of the BMF story.
I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
And not just any movie. Ross says he's bringing in major Hollywood heavyweights to make it happen.
Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Fuqua, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big. I can feel it. I'm just talking. When you talking to a major player such as myself, listen, when you talking to a major player such as myself, the moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon.
The fallout from this beef has been wild. Even Young Buck, one of 50's former G-Unit members, has publicly sided with Big Meech.
And shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. Quit playing with dude. Quit playing with dude. You know, I'm gonna say that much. Over and out. I catch y'all when I catch y'all. Y'all know what it is, bro. Hey, I ain't been on here in a long time. I'm finna let them see what the...
But 50 responded to Buck defending Meech, saying, "This fool fell out with me because he likes boys. I didn't tell him to go loving on a..." But he couldn't resist. At this point, fans began questioning whether 50's obsession with beef was finally catching up to him. The real question is 50 Cent genuinely upset about loyalty, or is he just trying to maintain control over the BMF brand? Because if loyalty is the issue, his own son might have a different story to tell.
Real talk, Lil Meech should have known what he was getting into. And 50 Cent's son, Marquise Jackson, is letting him know.
50 Cent's estranged son, Marquise Jackson, wasted no time clowning Lil Meech after news broke that 50 cut him off for linking up with Rick Ross.
You were special. You really thought you were special? Who told you you were special?
Think about it. 50 Cent has a history of exposing people for snitching, but it's starting to look like a pattern. First Ja Rule, then T.I. And now Big Meech. He's always the one bringing these so-called snitches to light. But why does he have all this information? Meanwhile, Rick Ross and Big Meech are moving forward, unbothered. Their business is booming, their concerts are locked in, and they don't seem to care what 50 has to say. One thing is clear. This beef isn't going anywhere. So what's really going on? Is 50 Cent genuinely trying to expose Big Meech, or is he just salty about losing his grip on the BMF empire? Fans are divided. Some argue that 50 is in the right. After all, Irv Gotti nearly got him killed, and Big Meech doesn't owe him loyalty. Others say it's about principle. Big Meech and Lil Meech don't owe 50 anything. BMF was a powerhouse before him, and it will be after him. Sure, the BMF show gave them new relevancy, but that doesn't mean they're indebted to him, and let's be real. The show has been struggling for a while. One thing's for sure. This drama is far from over. If things keep going the way they are, we might be witnessing the messiest hip-hop beef of 2025 unfold in real time. Let us know what y'all think in the comments, and if you want more tea on the biggest hip-hop feuds, stick around for our next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.